Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So today's video is another 3 looks 1 palette. This is with the Give Me Glow Juicy Olive. It is so cute. It is a green, grungy, monochromatic palette. It's just the yummiest green tones ever. I adore it. I love Give Me Glow's formula with my whole heart. Everything is so pigmented, so buttery, so creamy, so blendable, and the shimmers are out of this world. Literally my favorite shimmer formula of all time, hands down, can't be beat. I created 3 looks. I created this very shimmery look. I created that reverse smoky eye that was more on the simple side, and then I created that really pretty blown out grungy smoky look. So we're just gonna move on, do the looks. I will give you my final thoughts on this palette at the end, and then I will also be swatching shades similarly to this palette that are in the other Give Me Glow palettes. So let's just move right along. Good morning! It is look number 1. I already have my eye primed with my Sigma eyeshadow base in Ignite, and now we're going to dive into some shadows. I think I want to take Vodkatini first, and I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush and start blending that through the crease. This is a Morphe M513, and I'm just going to start kind of working it through, you know? I want just something simple and smoky today. I don't want any kind of cut creases. I don't even really want this to be super shimmery. I think I just want a nice smoky, dark, grungy look. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Taking it under that lower lash line as well. I'm just going to take any clean fluffy brush and blend this edge out even more. I can't be too chatty in this first one because construction workers are back at it again, making lots of racket. It's not as bad as it was half an hour ago when I was still doing my face makeup. I say that now. Drills start again. Ah, lovely. I hope they are done working on the outside of this apartment soon. Going to tap my sponge in this outer corner. Oh my gosh, they are so loud. I want to take Cocktails now, which is the darkest of all the shades. And I'm just going to take that on this kind of tapered blending brush. It looks like that. I like this kind of a brush for packing on the lid while also simultaneously blending in the crease a little bit. So I just packed that all over. They will not stop banging and I can't wait any longer. But I packed it all over, blended it a little in the crease, tuck it under that lower lash line, and then took that first brush and just kind of buffed around that edge as well. And honestly, we're getting close to what I was going for. I didn't want to use too many shadows for this look. I just wanted it to be sultry, smoky, grungy, a little messy, but in the best way, you know? Especially because I just have this really tight bun because my hair was not feeling it, so I want just something dark and striking to, I don't know, have some kind of appeal because I always feel self-conscious when my hair is like this. But I didn't feel like messing with a wig because it's way too hot in Florida, and I also just, it was not hair washing time. I'll wash it tonight, but not this morning. I do feel like I need a little bit of something more in the middle of the crease, so I'm going to kind of mix Dirty Martini and Cocktails, and I'm just going to take that on this more small blending brush. Mostly Dirty Martini, and I'm just going to focus that directly in the crease just to have a good merger between the light and the dark. And now I'm going to take that brush that was the more clean brush and just buff and blend some more. I mean, now this is pretty much where I want it to be. I think it looks cool and grungy. Simple, but effective. Maybe I'll do garnish. Maybe shaken, not stirred. Maybe I'll mix the two because I can't decide. We're just going to take this Luxie 121 and just dip a little bit into each of them. And just swirl that in the inner corner. Oh, it's so pretty. That ties it together like crazy. For my waterline, I'm going to take the Kylie Cosmetics Lip Pencil in Ironic and run that in my waterline. I just said that twice, whatever. So this is where we are at. I'm gonna do the other eye now, throw on my lashes and something on my lips, and we will regroup. All right, hello, I'm back with both eyes. I was thinking about it, and I have this Stila Glitter and Glow called La Douce, I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's a really pretty like olive army green color, and I don't ever use this, and I want to. Is this even a glitter and glow? It's a shimmer and glow. But I wanted to use this a little bit, I just don't know how. I was thinking I'm going to wipe off most of it so it's less. I'm going to dab some of that on this brush that I wiped off. I want to just tap some of this across the lid and just kind of blend it because I don't want it to be all the pigmentation. I just want a little bit of something to give it kind of a glossy feel. I know earlier I said I just want a matte look, but you guys know me. I don't do an all matte look too often. I quite like that. I think that's pretty. Added just a little bit of something that I think it needed. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye now and actually put on my lashes and something on my lips, and then we will finish up. All right, this is the end of look number 1. I really like it. I think it looks really pretty and striking and grungy, and I think it's really cool. I'm really glad I added the shimmer. I liked it when it was all matte, but I love it with this little bit of shimmer. I think it's so pretty. And yeah, this is where we're at. My lashes are the Bold Face Makeup Lashes Out lashes yet again, and on my lips I went with Rock On from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I think it just goes really nice together. Also, I figured I should probably start mentioning where I get my jewelry because I always get questions. These plugs are from Love Kills Boutique online, and this choker that you can't really see is from Raven Beads. You can use my code beautbean and then you get free domestic shipping on orders over 10. So, this is where we're at. I really like it. Let's move on to look number 2. All right, hello. Look number 2 is beginning. I don't know why I didn't prime my eye off camera, but we're doing it together. It's my Sigma eyeshadow base, of course, as usual. Just blending that in with my finger, and I'm not gonna set it with a powder because you guys should know by now I don't do that. I'm curious like how many of you guys still set your eyeshadow base, because I feel like a lot of people made the change to not set their base because they like it a little bit tackier, but how many of you still feel like it works better to set it? I mean, it's all personal preference. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious. So I'm gonna start first with Dirty Martini, and I'm gonna take that on this little e.l.f. brush, and I'm just gonna start placing that kind of in the front portion of my lid and lower lash line. I wanna do kind of a reverse smoky eye kind of look, where it's darker towards the front and then gets lighter out towards this outer portion. This is one of those looks that looks really scary before it looks good. Once I have that placed, I'm just going to start lightly sweeping it outwards. Now that that is kind of placed, I want to take Dry Martini and just use that to kind of start blending things. This is an SL Miss Glam brush. It's very fluffy. So I'm just going to start simply tucking it right in that inner corner and then just work on blending it more outwards in all directions, but again, keeping more of the focus towards the front. I'll only bring it out as I have less product. I feel like having a really fluffy brush for this lighter shade is really key, because then when I drag it like across the lid like this, it doesn't really place the product heavily. It's very much dispersed. Oh, I love the way this is looking already, and it's so simple, but I think it's just so unique of an eye look. And you could do this with any colors, even if you're a neutral lover, just try doing your placement a little bit different. It makes, I don't know, it just changes things up. I already love it. Like, I would be happy just leaving it literally exactly like this and not doing anything else. I do, however, want to take Cocktails and this teeny brush from Morphe. This is a Morphe M506. And I just want to tuck that literally right in the very, very corner of my upper and lower. Then I'm just going to take that first brush I use with no product on it, or no additional, I should say, just to spread that a little bit more. And now I'm going to take that SL Miss Glam brush with a little bit more of Dry Martini and just start blending that out again. What are you guys up to? It's Tuesday, it's my day off, but that just means it's going to be lots of filming and editing. I think I'm going to film my third look for this video as well today. and work on editing it so it can go up on Thursday. So I'd originally planned for it to go up Friday, but I think I want it to go up sooner. So I'm just on a roll with these 3 Looks 1 Palette videos. I just want to see, I don't know, I just want to keep playing with palettes all the time. But I got my nails redone this morning. I went with a slightly more orangey red than last time, but it's super similar. So this is pretty much where we're at. It's just very soft, very blended, but I think it's a really cool twist on a look, and it's not really something I do too often, so it was cool to kind of incorporate that. I do, however, want to put a little bit of shaken not stirred right in the inner corner. I'm going to use my same Luxie 121 that I used yesterday for look number 1. And I'm just going to pop that literally right in the very inner corner. Then I'm just going to take that SL Miss Glam brush to buff it out. Now for my waterline, I think I'm going to go with that Kylie one again. Did I use this in look number 1? I don't remember, I think so, but I'm gonna use that Kylie lip pencil in Ironic. I feel like this kind of a look doesn't take a whole ton of skill set. You just need small brushes and a little bit of patience to blend it out. You need to take it slow, but this is where we're at. I think it's pretty. I'm going to do the other eye now, throw on my lashes, something on my lips, and we will move on. All right, so this is look number 2. I love it so much. I think it's so pretty. I know it's very simple, especially compared to a lot of the things I typically do, but it's so pretty. I just love the effect of a reverse smoky eye. It's so cool. I wish more people did it because it's lovely. I need to do it more often. My lashes are these same Bold Face Makeup Lashes Out lashes. And my lips, it was kind of a journey. I started by taking that Ironic lip pencil that I used in my waterline, just kind of around the edges. And then I tapped the Sand liquid lipstick from Dose of Colors kind of around to make an ombre. But I wasn't loving the green hue to it, so I wiped it off and tapped this over top of it again. And I like this more, just kind of by itself. And I feel like there's still a little tiny hints of green peeking through, but it's so subtle that you almost can barely tell it's there, and I like that effect a lot more. So that's what's going on. I like look number 2. I think it's pretty. I'm sad that I'm gonna go wash it off now and film look number 3. I will see you for the next one. All right, my eye is primed and ready to go. I'm pretty sure I still have some mascara on and a little bit of eyeliner, but it's okay. I just did a quick wipe off of my eyes and here we are. I'm gonna do a very similar thing to what I did last time. I'm gonna start with, what are you? Dirty Martini, the second to darkest green, and I'm gonna use that same brush that I used this with in the first look. I did wipe it off first though. And I just want to begin popping this in my crease and outer corner. I'm not really going to blend it. I'm just going to place it where I want it, and then I will blend it out later. I think I want to do a half cut creasy look with this look because I haven't done that yet for this video. And I want a very blown out shimmery lower lash for sure. And with that being said, I'm not even going to drag shadow under my lower lash. Why is there a very loud bus driving by? Now I want to take Dry Martini like I used in that look I just did. And I wiped the brush off, but I'm going to use the same brush I used in that video. Or that look, I should say. Same video, different look. And I'm just going to start running this all along the edge. And I'm just going to keep buffing and blending and blowing it out until it looks the way I want it. And the way I want it is just to be very blown out and blended, nothing too revolutionary. I do want to start winging this out a little bit. Now I want to deepen things up a little bit. I want to take Cocktails, that darkest one, and yet again I'm going to use the same brush I just used with it. I guess that's the perk of using a monochromatic palette like multiple times in a row. You can just reuse the brushes. And I'm just taking this directly in the crease and in the outer corner. I'm not really going to blend this up or out or anything like that because I'm using this just to deepen. And now I'm just going to immediately go in with the Dry Martini brush with a little bit more Dry Martini. I don't know if I've ever even had a martini. All right, so that is all looking the way I want it to. Now for my lid, I think I want to cut it out and do garnish on the top half of my cut crease and then shaken not stirred along the bottom. First things first is I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer and I'm going to squirt some of that on this flat brush. This is a Spectrum A16. I'm gonna run that across my lid, get it all up in my lashes, and then just kind of carve out where I'm gonna want that cut crease to kind of lie. I'm gonna dip into Garnish first, which is the lighter of the two shimmers. And this one I'm just going to start popping right up against it. Oh, it's so pretty, holy cow. Now I'm just gonna make like a little bit of a diagonal from this bottommost point to this topmost point. That's where this shade is going to live. Now I want to take Shake and Not Stir, the darker of the two. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to flip it over. And I'm going to pop this towards the bottom. Then I just like to flip back and forth between the two sides until they kind of merge. And I mean, on the eyes, they aren't that big of a difference, but it gives it kind of a cool effect having both those shimmers next to each other. But you could totally get away with just using one shimmer shade. I love having multiple shimmers across my lid. It's kind of my thing. So this is the topmost portion. You could totally just smoke out the greens like we did in the crease on the lower lash. You could leave it blank if that's your thing. But I want it to be extra smoky, so I'm gonna take my black Eye Define waterline pencil from Pixie. I'm gonna put this all in my waterline and start smudging that underneath the lower lash. Beautiful. This is the look, in case you didn't know. I'm gonna take this little smudgy brush. This is from Spectrum. It's an A13 with no product. I'm just going to start smudging this so it's a little softer of a black line, not quite so choppy and harsh, before I go in with some shadows. I'm gonna take a really small definer brush. This is from ColourPop. It's an E11, and I wanna take Cocktails, that darker one. And I wanna just pop this right up against my lower lashes where there's some skin showing, so I want it to look really deep and dark. And now I'm just going to take any pencil brush. This is from e.l.f. It doesn't even have a name on it. It just says eye crease brush. And I want to take Shake and Not Stirred, and I want to pop this in my lower lash line. And I'm not even going to go in with glitter primer first because this eyeliner is still a little bit sticky. And I wanted to lay the black down first to give it a really dark, deep effect. I'm just going to run it back and forth all across. And now I'm going to take that brush that I used with Dry Martini, pick up a little of that shadow, and start smudging some more. I like this effect. It's very smoky, very cool. I do want to take that brush that I used with Cocktails, that small Morphe one. There's no additional product. I do just want to use whatever leftovers on that in the outer corner, just to add a little bit of definition to help merge it to the outer corner of the eye. And then for my inner corner, I think I want to take Garnish, because I haven't used that one by itself in the inner corner yet for this video. I'm just gonna swirl that right in the inner corner, and it's gonna be really, really cute. So this is where this eye is at. I'm gonna do the same to the other eye, throw on my lashes, something on my lips, and we will regroup, finish this video up, do some swatches, all that fun stuff. All right, this is look number 3, complete. I love it. I think it's so pretty, so smoky, so grungy, so glitzy. I like it a lot. My lashes are the Bold Face Makeup Lashes Out lashes, and on my lips I went with, what did I go with? Matte Beige from Pixie. Yes. Also, I realized I didn't go over my jewelry in last look, and now it's this look. The pumpkin choker I had on in my last look was from Palace of Glitter. If it's still available, you can use my code beautbean for 10% off, but I don't know if it's still available. And this one I got gifted from a subscriber. It's a cute little cat. I love it so much. Actually, the same lovely subscriber that gifted me the Juicy Olive palette. She's such a wonderful friend, and she's adorable. Anyways, that's the end of look number 3. Let's just move on to the end of the video now. That's it. Those were my looks. What did you think? I love them all so much. I don't even know what my favorite was because I really liked all of them. I feel equally as good in each look. I liked doing each look. I don't know, I don't have a favorite this time. But what was your favorite? Please let me know down below. Like I said in the beginning, Give Me Glow has one of my favorite shadow formulas ever, and this one is no exception. I love everything about it. Everything blends so beautifully, so creamy, so lovely. I can't wait for the Vintage Rose palette. The sneak peeks are looking so good. Cars are angry outside right now. I just adore the tones in this palette. I love the 2 shimmers that they included. I feel like there's a good variety in this palette, even though it is a grungy monochromatic green palette. I feel like it has some diversity to it, you know? I'm not saying anybody needs this palette, but if you feel like you would get good use out of some yummy green grungy shadows, I think you would enjoy this palette. I have never heard anyone say they don't like Give Me Glow's formula. I think it's absolutely fantastic. She's doing such a great job, and I can't wait to see what else is in store for this brand. So now I'm going to take some of my Give Me Glow palettes and do some swatch comparisons, see if anything is similar to anything I already own. I have the Give Me Glow Summer Vibes palette. I have a feeling nothing in this. Yeah, there's nothing in this that's gonna work. Maybe something in the Grunge palette. This one looks like this. I don't know if anything will be similar to that either. I might swatch the darkest green to that just to see. And then also the Christmas Morning palette has a couple greens here. There isn't gonna really be any similarities, I can tell you right now. But I'm gonna do some swatches for you anyways, and we will move on to the end of the video. Okay, so I have some swatches here. This first row of swatches, I took Cocktails from the Juicy Olive palette. And with that, I compared it to Underground and Black Hole Sun from the Grunge palette. They are not the same, but it does have a similar depth. Like it doesn't really pull green on the swatch. It's more so a good deepening shade, but it's really unique. I don't really feel like I have a shade quite like this, so that's pretty cool. For this next row, I took Garnish first, and then I took Shaken Not Stirred, and I just paired that with Gifts Galore from the Christmas Morning palette, which I knew it wasn't gonna be similar, but I figured I would do it just for the heck of it. I love this shade so much though. It's so wet and just glass-like. It's so pretty. And then down here, all three of these are from the Juicy Olive palette. This one is Dry Martini, this one's Vodka-tini, and this one is Dirty Martini. And with that, I just paired Under the Tree from the Christmas Morning palette, even though, again, I knew it wasn't going to be the same because it's a totally different tone of green, but this is everything even remotely in the ballpark, and as you can see, the only things that are really similar to each other are the things within the own palette, you know what I mean? So there aren't really dupes from them that I own already. I don't know about any other palettes or singles, but as far as the things that I do own, there aren't any similarities. So there you have it. Hopefully those swatches were helpful. Who knows? Maybe they are. If you enjoyed this 3 Looks 1 palette video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. The next one is going to be with the Mini Jawbreaker palette from Jeffree Star, because this one and that one have been neck and neck in my polls for like 2nd and 3rd place for a couple weeks now. So I'm just not even going to run another poll. I'm just going to go ahead and do that one because it came very, very close second to this one this week. So that'll be next, and then I will continue to run more polls after that. If you are not already, please hop over to my Instagram and follow me there. It's beautbean. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post almost every day. I don't know what I was about to say, but I post almost every day, or I try to. I have been. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.